Senator Heller.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. And again, Commander, welcome. I also want to acknowledge Gil Hernandez. It's great to have two on the witness table from my home state. Commander, as you know, my father's a Korean War veteran, disabled veteran, and receives same care that you do from the Reno VA hospital. And he is a satisfied customer also. Secretary McDonald's had a couple of bumps in the road in his first 6 months. Can you give me the assessment of yourself and your organization of how the Secretary is doing?
Senator, thank you for that question. I personally believe that Bob McDonald is the right man for this job. He accepted what at the time was the worst job in America. And he has already made significant improvements and changes. It's like eating an elephant, sir, one bite at a time. It's not going to happen overnight, but he has got the VA going in the right direction.
Commander, thank you. I've got a local question in the state of Nevada dealing with the regional office in Reno. There's some movement. I think the speaker after me will have more to say about it than myself, but do you have an opinion about moving that Reno Varro from northern Nevada down to southern Nevada?
Well, sir, that it's where the bulk of the population is, and you do have that big new facility down there that was just opened up a couple years ago. I really don't have an opinion on it. It makes sense to go where the population is.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't really have an opinion either. All I want is a regional office that works.
Yes, sir.
For the veterans in the state of Nevada. Another question, you being from Hawthorne, Nevada, Gil, you're from Elko, two rural areas within the state of Nevada, and this obviously affects all veterans living in rural parts of America. Can you tell me if there's anything missing now from the VA's delivery service in rural portions of America?
It's really hard to justify the expense of even in some communities, even a CBOC. Now there is a CBOC there in Fallon, which is 70 miles away, and I think we've expanded the CBOCs around the nation to service rural areas, and that's a step in the right direction. We've certainly requested in our independent budget, we requested more for construction of facilities, and some of that being CBOCs for the rural areas.
Let me change directions here for a minute. Do you hear any complaints about prosthetic services for veterans?
I have.
Timing, quality of service? The reason I'm asking this is I'm getting phone calls, or have received phone calls in the past from vendors that would like to participate in these programs, and yet it's very narrowly contracted to very large delivery services. Have you had any notions, any comments or questions raised?
I've not had any experiences with any of that coming to my attention. On contrary to that, I have heard of one instance where someone lived in Pennsylvania, was visiting in California, had a problem, an infection with their stump, and went to the local VA, and the physician examined and said, well, the problem is you got an infection here. Let me give you some antibiotics and come back in a week or so, and we'll take a look at you. He said, well, no, I'm here on vacation. I'm not going to be here 2 weeks from now. And then the doc said, well, you know what? One of the problems causing that is your prosthetic isn't right. He said, so you're leaving in 2 weeks? And the guy said, yeah. He said, well, come back next week and we'll have a new prosthetic for you. And he got a new prosthetic while he was there. And that's a story that VFW was happy to share with Secretary McDonald, because he needs to hear the good stories too, not just the horror stories.
No, that's a great story. Mr. Chairman, my time's run out, but I again want to thank the commander. I do have to leave for other meetings. I just want you to know that I'm very, very grateful for you and everybody that's here in this audience for what you do for veterans across this country, and especially what you do here in the state of Nevada. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator, for all you do for veterans.